What is going on? She's just deleted her Twitter. She's getting called out because it was exposed, because an interview got brought up.
The Indiana Fever president is terrified after Caitlin Clark exposed him in front of the whole league. Fans are shocked by the criticism, which is becoming worse every hour.
I'm not joking when I say this. Something's gone weirdly wrong. Like, we hired a freaking chronically online GM.
Hold on. This extends beyond a single viral video or press conference. The narrative is much more intricate. I have all the details as well.
I have said before, and I will say it again, Stephanie White, Amber Cox, Kelly Crosscroft, the Indiana Fever president, they were not ready. Now, Christine Brennan in her book confirmed the WNBA and the Indiana Fever did not realize what they were about to get themselves into with drafting Caitlin Clark, because the popularity they weren't prepared for and didn't see coming.
Supporters of Caitlin Clark are coming out after the Indiana Fever's front office took a bad turn. The rookie, who has been packed stadiums and made the WNBA a must-watch on television, is now being criticized by her own club president. Indeed, Kelly Crosscroft's tone-deaf remarks stunned the fan community. "We want the Fever to look like Apple." She seems to be referring to Clark as the iPhone case instead of the iPhone, which is an odd turn of events. Let's not sugarcoat this. Caitlin is the reason the Fever matters. Her presence is what keeps the national cameras rolling and the products flying off the shelves. Senior executives on the team, however, seem more concerned with downplaying her impact than with recognizing it. Fans didn't like it. Social media users reacted angrily, revealing the statement for what it was. Put simply, contempt. After that, Crosscroft did a vanishing act. Her old account vanished overnight. No apologies, no justification, just gone. It seemed as if she realized her error and believed that by logging out, the heat would subside. But it's already too late. Fever followers never forget, just like the internet.
Yes, Stephanie White, every single solitary move that you make is going to be scrutinized. Welcome to it. Right here.
You can tell someone is feeling the heat when they go crazy on social media amid a controversy. Fever's president, Kelly Crosscroft, took that action after her now famous Apple comment about the squad went viral, and not in the manner she had planned. Supporters didn't back down. As soon as the video went viral, fans of Caitlin Clark, the physical engine of the WNBA's current prominence, gathered to X like bees on a dropped Coke, berating Crosscroft for trying to reduce her to a generic product in a commercial metaphor. By Friday evening, Crosscroft's previous account had been removed. No explanation, no proclamation, no cleaning effort, just poof. That silence spoke more than any PR message could have. Fans were incensed in addition to being disappointed. We are referring to season ticket holders, devoted supporters who have been enjoying Fever gear in spite of losing seasons and who now feel duped. The front staff of their squad is actively mishandling the moment they have all been waiting for. Even worse, before to this, there had been weeks of quiet on Clark's treatment on the court, as if they had forgotten to blow their whistles. Referees have been banging her about game after game. Now, not even her own president can acknowledge her value without mentioning the brand. Please. The supporters were able to see straight through it, and Crosscroft's choice to run for the hills only served to confirm their suspicions. It's no longer simply bad press, it's a full-fledged trust problem. Furthermore, the match was simply started by the Fever's front office. Sophie Cunningham came next. Before we begin, however, if you think Caitlin is being singled out on purpose, please click the like button. Please leave a remark if you think the referees are blind. Yes, be sure to click the subscribe box. Things will only become more crazy from this point on.
If I was a ref, I know I would mess up all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that your job is easy, but when it is a simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing?
You said just go tomorrow. You're on the Las Vegas Strip. What can the Las Vegas expect from Sophie?
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna be me. I don't go in there trying to predetermine anything. I'm dialed in. I need to focus on hitting my shots, making sure I'm executing the schemes right. I'm not focused on the extracurricular activities. And you know what? During that, it was just part of the game. I think the refs had a lot to do with that. It was a build-up for a couple of years now of them just not protecting, the star player of the WNBA. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do. And I'm a team player, so it's all good.
Sophie Cunningham is the bodyguard for Caitlin Clark, the unofficial vice president of Try That on Our Court and You'll Get Dropped. She ignited the league with words alone. In the first episode of her podcast, Show Me Something, Sophie went full scorched earth. Her frank tirade sounded like it belonged in a drama on Netflix. Her goal was not restricted to rivals. It was everyone, especially those who downplayed Caitlin Clark's value to the league. She said, "You're literally dumb." Not once, not twice, but 3 times. The video gained popularity on TikTok, X, and YouTube. It's the current slogan, and Sophie knew exactly what she was doing. But she does more than just talk. This is the same Sophie who body-checked a Connecticut Sun player into a different time zone after Clark elbowed him in the face. The fact that she was expelled didn't bother her. "I will defend my teammates," she said. "That is what I do." But here is where things become trickier. Sophie's criticism of opponents and poor officiating was not the only thing she did. She started shooting at her own squad, the Indiana Fever. She claims that some of the real hostility directed to Caitlin comes from the locker room. Team insiders are calling her podcast a declaration of war. Fans have been experiencing anxiousness. The cultural war in the WNBA, which pits conventional stalwarts against viral stars, is not unique to the league. Even in Indiana, it's brewing. Sophie is also not here to be courteous. She's come to blow everything apart.
It wasn't a dirty play. It was an intentional foul, and it was meant to send a message. It turned into a scuffle, and I don't think anybody wanted that. But the way that the game went and how egregious the referees were and how they were not protecting players, and they especially weren't protecting the #1 player in this league, the biggest draw in this league, which is Caitlin Clark, and they continue to not do that. To me, this was not a dirty play. This was making a statement because the referees didn't do their damn job. This would not have happened at the end of the game if the referees did their job during the first play. If the referees did their job, not just the first play, every single play leading up to that. If the referees had control of the game, that is their only job. The referees' first job, their #1 job, is to protect their players.
I get it to a certain extent, and every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them. But
Right.
There's just more.
Let's just say it. Caitlin Clark is being hounded on the court. Gouged eyes, elbows, body checks, and complete quiet from the refs. If someone in the NBA touched Steph or LeBron in that way, there would be messages, penalties, and breaking news alerts. But the action goes on after Clark is mugged in the W. Think about Liberty versus Fever on May 6th. In the midst of a play, Natasha Cloud rams Clark. Clear contact, shoulder down, in a 2-point game. Like statues, the referees stared. "Are y'all serious right now?" said Clark, frozen, palms up, without reacting or saying anything hurtful. Meanwhile, when the buzzer rings, the Liberty celebrate. Sophie Cunningham didn't hold back. "There's just more for her," she said before heading back to the scorched ground. She is also right. The sharp, loud double standard is becoming difficult to ignore. This is not a strong defense, but targeted chaos. A few of rivals have discreetly admitted that there is an implied agenda. Make her put in the effort. But that's code for destroying her before she becomes very intelligent. And that's exactly what's happening. But Clark won't give up. She wasn't drawn to the league by a ridiculous hazing ritual. She started to take charge. When referees don't sound the whistle, Sophie is out there hurling shoulders and fire on the microphone as if it were her full-time job. It's more than a few bad calls. It's beginning to gain popularity. Honestly, it's starting to seem like a whole conspiracy is going on. If you are still here, you know that this is not just a basketball narrative. So don't just watch, get in the mix. Like, comment, and subscribe to remain ahead of the curve. The next turn of events might happen at any time.
That we want to sustain the growth and the interest level in the franchise. This is about the Indiana Fever yes, we have a foundational player in Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston, and we're going to continue to add to that. But I want this team to be the leader in the country, and a brand, an enduring brand, like Apple or something. I mean, we have a real opportunity.
Behind the scenes, things are not going well in Indiana. And this is no longer just play, but a full-fledged fight. On the one hand, business suits are trying to mold the Fever into a sophisticated brand such to Apple. On the other hand, players, fans, and even rival coaches know the truth. Caitlin Clark is the brand. Ignore it. However, here is where the temperature drops. Fever. When President Kelly Krokoff decided to downplay Clark's impact, everything went south. Then came Sophie Cunningham, who, rather than just disagreeing, went scorched earth on her own superiors. Furthermore, this was not an emotional gaffe in the middle of the interview. No, not at all. Insiders claim that the podcast outburst was planned. A targeted assault after the president's comments. Sophie did more than simply make fun of the WNBA. She openly criticized her own front desk using receipts. That's not irritation. That is rebellion. In all honesty, it exposed a severe identity issue inside the brand. Despite having the main point established, the Fever still want to build a dynasty. Furthermore, instead of showing her appreciation, they are acting as if she is a danger. The team is now split. Some consider Caitlin to be the future. Some are clinging to authority from the past. And you know what? The fans are not blind. Sophie isn't either. Krokoff isn't either, according to that abruptly deleted previous account. Let's be truthful.
Second, take a look here.
What the WNBA is doing with Caitlin Clark is the equivalent of the NBA doing this to Michael Jordan in 1986. It just doesn't make sense to me. You are biting the hand that feeds you. Mind you, without Caitlin...
If LeBron James were knocked to the ground after being poked in the eye, Twitter would melt. It would be frequently played at the Sports Center. But the league gives Caitlin Clark crunches, no whistle, and crickets. Imagine Steph Curry being beaten game after game with no defense at all. Would the NBA just brush it off? Not at all. But that's exactly what Caitlin Clark is going through. She's not a beginner. Because of her, women's basketball is being watched at all. The ratings, the sold-out arenas, it's all Clark. She is the cash COW in a sense. She's also being treated like a benchwarmer. Sophie Cunningham was the greatest at expressing it. Unacceptable. In order to chastise the referees for consistently disregarding it, Coach Stephanie White took over a news conference. The fans can see it. The media is aware of it. But the league doesn't say anything. This is the painful truth. If Clark were a guy, this league would bow down. Instead, the executives on her own team seldom take action, and she is being pushed about. Sophie is standing up for her. Her fans are fighting for her. But the people who should be her supporters are too focused on politics. Clark is more than just the next big thing. She has already arrived. The problem is that in 2010, the old guard continues to act as if they would be overrun. This is not just a quarrel, but a reckoning. Caitlin Clark's fame isn't fading, despite the WNBA's leadership and her own club wasting a once-in-a-generation opportunity. She keeps telling us that you're either with Sophie Cunningham or you're a total idiot. To ensure you don't miss anything, please leave your opinions in the comments box, subscribe, and turn on all alerts. Once you click the video on the screen, we'll see you in the next one.